Hey,
Everybody ready to get back into this? I just off screen gave them all a recap of where we're at because we've been a little inconsistent in January with off weeks, so then we had to do a side mission. So want to make sure everyone knew where they were at going in. Recap for anyone watching. We finished off a couple weeks ago. They had left the haunted mansion with some evidence of smugglers, and we're headed back to Saltmarsh. They had a little detour last week, playing some games, and got a few rewards from with some sea elves, and now they're ready to head back into town. So I'm going to pull up the map of Saltmarsh here. So you guys are coming down the coast. You are in a little jolly boat that you stole from the or took from the dead smugglers. I don't know. Can we really steal something from people that are dead? I'm not sure, but and then you basically loaded up a bunch of the smuggled goods, and you have Tycon, who used to be Big Will. His character is his dead body in the boat, as well as the head of the guy that you were going to look for. What would you like to do? How would you guys like to approach town? So reminder here, this map is a little like Saltmarsh is described as much bigger than this map shows it, but basically what we're going to say is this right here is Gellin Primewater's house. He's one of the members of the council, but you don't really know him. These are his docks. I want to say Mr. Solmar's docks are in here. And then some docks, the old Allen family owns some of these. So what do you guys want to do as you're coming into town? In terms of with all these smuggled goods and dead bodies on your boat, what's your guys' plan here?
well, we have a head of a guy that
in a bag.
It's in a bag.
And we did that for Anders, right?
Yes.
Is that why we have his head?
Yes.
I don't know if we really needed his head, but you know.
Whether you needed it or not, you took it.
Yeah.
But I mean, I would assume that we should go to see the person who gave us the mission.
Yep.
What do we do with all the loot that we got?
Yes, I think perhaps we should find a place to stash some of these things. We may find need for them, and we don't want to be accused of thievery. We don't want to be accused of the people who stole these things. If we sort of stroll into town with them, it's possible some people could get the wrong ideas.
Yeah,
even if we go straight to the dude that told us to go and look.
I just worry that some people would get the wrong idea. And if we stash a few things safely somewhere, then perhaps later we can go back and get them as needed.
I mean,
yeah, because we want to give them to their rightful owners, right?
No,
I mean, if their owners are existing, who knows at this point? It could be. There's so many possibilities, but for now, just for safety's sake,
I think for safety's sake, we should go and exchange these goods for money, because it'll be easier to carry around if we ever find.
Is there
their owners? We can give them the money instead of carrying around all this loot with us.
That's
sounds
clever.
That sounds like a pretty good idea, but should we do that ahead of even trying?
Trying what?
They go to the king. We know that.
Are we sure of that? I mean, at this point, so many criminals involved.
Marks all over them.
Oh, do they? Damn, forgot about it.
Yes, that is correct. Everything, all the goods you found had the mark of the king on the barrels of the brandy, on the cases that the silks were in, as well as on the cases of the weapons.
Yeah, but let's be fair. We don't know if those are real. I mean, they could have put them on at any time.
I mean, I think this king dude would probably be pretty stoked to get his stuff back.
And he would be able to tell us if they were counterfeit.
True, but I mean, it's going to be a lot of work carrying barrels of brandy and all the silk. And
can I do an insight check?
Sure.
To see if I understand what Goldie and Felicia are trying to do.
You can certainly try to roll an insight check.
Oh no, that is a 9.
Should I roll a persuasion?
Well, they need to. They have to roll against your insight deception, I guess.
Persuasion or deception? What do you think? I mean,
what are
I
you
have the
trying to
same
do,
for
I
both.
guess?
It's the same for both. I think.
Yeah, you can roll it however you want to.
I rolled a 20. I'm not even lying. I don't know how
Okay,
to.
so
Yeah, here you go.
he does
All right.
not have any insight into what Felicia's trying to do. What about you, Goldie?
That was a natural 20.
I rolled a shit ass 3.
I'm rolling, you damn.
So
You know who's in charge of the deception.
That's right.
You
She-
get,
I'm just a cat.
some indication that Goldie's might have ulterior motives to what he's proposing here.
But Felicia, appears to be definitely
On the up and up, yes.
Yes. So
I just think for our safety, it's best if we stash some of these things off to the side somewhere, find a safe cavern or perhaps even merchant who will hold them for us and maybe give us some sort of marker before we come in, and then see, what it is that the king might be missing.
I will say that are you going to report you found smugglers with no smuggled goods?
Well, we didn't take all the things, right? We had to leave us some stuff behind.
You left a few things behind, yes, because you couldn't load them all up.
So, I mean,
And I don't
who's to say?
Okay, so let's do
Until they find their very detailed inventory book.
Yeah, right. They're going to find the log.
Oh, you have the logbook, yes.
Let's go with this. We'll stash the stuff.
Oh, there was a
away.
ledger?
Yeah, he had a logbook of when the ship was coming in and out and what it was carrying, and yeah.
Oh, who did? Anders did.
No,
Who did?
Camelot, the guy that you melted his face.
Oh, that guy had a logbook? Okay.
Yeah, you have it. You guys have it.
Who's carrying this book right now?
I didn't remember. See, I'm trying to remember the logbook.
Which one of us has this book right now?
It wasn't me.
I was wondering what Felicia might have done with it while you guys were competing in your quests.
Right. So I think Felicia may have it.
Could I roll to see what Felicia? I might have doctored it,
Or just thrown it overboard.
or, yeah, maybe I lost it.
Yeah.
Well, you could potentially.
I
Have
mean, it's
lost
not
it.
really fair because I wasn't here last time. I don't know.
Well, someone
Well,
has to
but
have
you were on the boat alone the whole time we were doing these things.
And you were on the boat alone, but you did say when you did tell when you were going through the guy, they were all standing there, so they saw you take the book.
Oh,
and
they
you
saw
did,
that.
And you guys did discuss what it was because you investigated it in front of the
Okay,
group.
crap. All right,
Oh,
then
so
that-
Felicia has the book then.
yeah, crap. Damn it.
Well, it doesn't mean you didn't alter what's in it, but yeah.
Yeah, that. So is this? Wait, was this Anders' book, the ship captain's book,
No,
or the
it was
criminal's
the
book?
smuggler had a book,
Oh, so we don't know if they were if this merchandise
and it was in
even logged
code,
in.
but you investigated to tell that it seemed to be some sort of shipping schedule.
We don't even know if the situation the supplies have been logged into the book. So
Right.
the stuff we may have might not
No,
be in
it
the
was
book.
so the book was in code. You
Yeah, 'cause we couldn't
investigated
break the
and
code.
Determined that it
Yeah.
appeared to be some sort of shipping schedule of when the boat comes and goes,
Mm-hmm.
and that there was markings that you weren't
Right.
sure what they meant. So you don't know, just because it had a log of tick the way he had it marked, you don't know exactly what meant what.
Right.
Right. So yeah. So let's not go too crazy here. Let's just put this away. So let's hide the stuff for now, and then we can go see Anders and plop a head on his table and say, here you go, and tell him what's going on. But we can, let's not burden him with all the information about all the loot that we have, and maybe we'll.
So where are you guys going to try to stash this? What do you have to?
Yeah, that's the
Well,
trick.
you
Where are
need
we
to
on the
go
map again?
down.
I think a good place to stash this would be at Winston's store.
And that is on. You have to go completely through.
Yeah,
town.
I was
It's
gonna
on the
say,
top
we're
of
way
the
on
hill
the-
behind the.
Yeah, that's
thing.
not going to work.
Are there any places that that will buy or trade goods?
My character honestly believes we should take it to the guy that
What
sent us
guy?
on this mission and see if but try to get a reward for it.
It's the first time I will say I don't like a Woody.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, that's just what he believes. But he is. again, he could be persuaded otherwise.
Can I
But
make
he's
a check?
mainly doing that, because he doesn't want to be caught with the king's goods.
Yeah,
If
my
there
character,
was someone-
I can.
my character would definitely want to bring it
feel
back to the
like a
king.
little bit of
Y'all are half
no
for,
one's
half
gonna be
against.
want
Don't you roll
to
for
be
it?
caught with these. Just
I
for the
mean,
record.
he really doesn't. He wouldn't care so much if they weren't somebody else's goods besides the king's.
So would it be then maybe we just do a straight up roll between me and Woody and just make a decision based on that.
You can,
Well, he's not going to argue with. This isn't like a hill he's willing to die on.
I was
No,
gonna say, or
no.
you could like role play the scenario since this is a
Yeah.
role playing game.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
So, are we gonna just float out in the bay here and not make a decisions?
Well, out of character, I will say if you guys are planning on smuggling in or hiding these goods, we can't do it in broad daylight.
Yeah,
it is the middle of the day.
it's the
So
middle of the
basically,
day.
you guys wasted the morning playing games with the guy. So it's like early afternoon.
So where can we hide this bloody boat with a dead body and a bunch of merchandise?
Yeah, I
In
didn't
a
really
town-
think
Does
that
he?
through.
Does
And then
Anders have like a dock where you just pull up, or is he
Yeah,
inland?
he owns some of the docks. Yes.
Okay, so we could park. It wouldn't be like you'd have to carry a dead body through town and a head.
Well,
and
there's going to
stuff.
be activity at the docks. It's the middle of the day.
I understand that. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to give this stuff away. I'm a rogue. I need some cash.
I was gonna say the same.
And I don't disagree. But the thing is they've got the king's name all over them. We can't really do anything with this.
We can stretch it out.
With all
Right, is any shop going to even accept them because they're going to see the king's mark and say, "No, I'm not messing with this. I'm not going to get my head cut off for a few shekels."
All right, yeah, that's a good point too. God damn it,
How about if I make my way to Winston's place, and I ask him?
Winston's. See, this is why you're not the brains. Stay off. Stay away. Winston's all the way through town. We got to carry these things with the king's seal on them through town to get to him.
He was saying he would run to Winston and talk to Winston about them.
and then bring Winston back.
Maybe Winston would know how to get it from point A to point B. I don't think Winston's. I don't think Winston's.
You don't think the representatives of the crown would reward you for returning their goods?
That's my thing. Is I think we would get a handsome reward,
You think so?
especially if we, ask about the reward before we hand over the stuff.
The reward would be the good feeling of doing the right things, my guy.
You can't drink on good feelings.
You're thinking of Watson, Perry. I would say, does Woody have any persuasion skill at all? Could he persuade me?
I'm not going to try a whole lot because
Just roll it.
I
roll
will.
it.
I'll try to
Give
persuade.
me what hit me with your best shot.
And I don't think I did because persuasion, that would be with my -2. That would be a 9.
There you go.
So you got two people that want to try to hide this stuff and two people that want to return it. What are you guys gonna do?
All right. I mean,
I'm not that evil.
Well,
I'm not gonna.
Woody's
So
not-
my options are it's not a hill I'm gonna die on either. I was
I'm
just
with
trying
you.
to. All right.
I'm
Some
just
persuasion.
trying not to die on this.
I get it.
Is I'm thinking if we get busted with this, it's not worth the amount of coin we'll make.
All right.
Reluctantly, I don't
Okay.
like it.
But
We
I
will.
think
We will
make
road
as-
to.
I think we'll make as much, if not more, by turning it over to the king.
We'll
we
find
will
out.
on the
We'll
block.
find
We'll
out.
find out.
All right, on to Anders' place with a dead body. What, can we cover the dead body with something at least, so we're not looking all ridiculous rolling into town?
What do you guys got to cover it with? That you want to cover it with?
The
We can throw this.
Well, we talked about that last week, and you guys didn't want to do that. So
Okay.
What about that
we
giant?
already had
I got some leather armor, right, that nobody could wear. Why don't we lay it over the body?
I
There you
believe
go.
y'all last game already covered me because he was trying to do it with silk, and y'all wouldn't let him do that. So
This is why I said
believe
leave
he
him
did it with
behind.
a
I'm just
tarp of
saying.
some kind.
Okay.
I was for leaving
right.
the body.
So are you guys sailing into town to
Yes.
Anders Docks?
Yes, sir.
Right.
All right. So that would be basically these docks here at the corner.
Okay.
So as you guys are coming into town, it's basically a little bit of a lull because of the mid-afternoon. The fishing boats aren't back yet, but the most of the trading ships have either loaded or unloaded their goods and are back away from the harbor. So you actually see an open area on one of his docks, and you guys had been in town long enough to know where Anders Docks were. And as you're approaching, there's a man on the dock who, let me get to the right page here. You're okay, though. Who hollers at you, and you see a. I cannot get to the right page. Sorry. Should have done this. Oi, you there! What business do you have at the Saltmarsh docks as you guys are sailing up?
Let's see. She would say, bite your tongue, sir. We are on a mission from Anders, and we request his immediate attention.
A mission from Anders? No one told me about anything, and I run these docks for the Saltmarsh family.
Well,
Why
maybe
it
just shows how low on the ladder you really are. Now scuttle off and get the man.
I think not. I might have to ordering me around on my own docks.
Excuse me, neighbor. Excuse me, neighbor. What is your name, please? What is your name, good neighbor?
My name is Blaine. What is your name, sir?
You can call me Goldie. All my friends do. How are you doing today, Blaine?
I'm doing just fine. Now, what is your business at the Saltmarsh docks today?
We were requested by
Anders
to go and find out what was going on at the haunted house, and we've come to report to him what we found.
The haunted house? Again, why was I not informed about this?
I apologize, but this is what we know. So we're here to report.
Your guys' conversation is interrupted. There is an older gentleman coming down the dock. Oi, Blaine, it's quite all right. They were sitting by Anders. And he turns, and you see an older, tall, thin gentleman, kind of in his, mid-50s maybe, kind of graying hair with glasses, very sharply dressed for somebody working on the docks. And he's like, Skin, what is this? No, these are the folks. They were sent by Anders. What can I do for you, gentlemen? What did you find?
Well, we would like
I'll hand him the bag.
So you're going to hand up. So you guys are at this point have pulled up to the dock, and you hand him a bag. Okay. What is this? And he opens the bag. Oh my goodness! And drops it on the dock. Why would you hand me such a thing?
Who is even this guy? You gave him a head. You gave this guy a head. You don't even know his name.
We wanted to make sure you knew he didn't make it.
Okay. A point of inspiration for Woody. Just because I'm completely entertained by this. He's like, oh, well, hang on, gentlemen. Blaine, I want you to make sure nothing. It seems you gentlemen have found not just what happened to our explorers, but quite a bit else. But aren't you missing one of your members?
Yes,
he's here.
Yes, we are. Who are you, sir?
What do you mean? So do you show him, or do you like?
He said he peeled the tarp back.
Oh, he did pull. Okay, I didn't hear that. Sorry.
Or the leather armor, I should say.
Yeah, he's like, oh, tragic.
Yeah, very tragic.
Very tragic.
Blaine, I want you to. Oh, you two up there. You see him turn, and he notices some of the city guards, and he calls them down. And there's a female guard, and two other guards are with her. He's like, Sabine, come here. She's like, what do you want, Scarin? I'm busy. She's like, no, these men are back from exploring the haunted mansion. I could use your help. So she comes down there and she walks down the docks. He's like, it seems they found more than we suspected. And she's like,
have we
oh,
even got
goodness.
this guy's name yet?
Yeah, we don't even know.
Yeah, his name was Skirin. Blaine
you
told you his name. His name was Skirin.
How do you spell that?
Skerrin.
Okay.
And he works for Anders. And those of you that actually, you guys should actually know who this is because you had interacted with Anders enough before. This is his butler. And helps him with a bunch of his business around town, as well as, like, he's basically his right-hand man at the moment after his mother passed away.
And we have 2 guards now?
There's actually 3.
There's
the lady
it's
and
Sabine and the 2 others.
2 others that I haven't given you names for yet.
That guy's favorite holiday must be Halloween because he's scaring all the kids.
This is why I stopped doing shows with Andy. Come on, man.
Sorry, one
You
second.
did one last week with him.
I know. Regretful.
Sorry. So she comes down and sees what you found, and he's like, these were the men that Anders sent excuse me, and that Anders sent to explore the haunted mansion, and it seems they've come back with, I think I already gave this line, but more than we expected. So she turns and Larry, stop texting me. She turns and hollers at the other 2 guards. Go get Eleander and go inform Eleander. And Larry, go inform Eleander. Mo, come down here. You and Blaine need to watch this boat. Make sure no one else boards. And I think, Skirin, we need to get these men to the council right away to see if we can sort out what has happened.
Just out of curiosity, is there a reward for all this stuff that belongs to the king, and possibility of compensation for our dead companion?
I am so happy. I'm so proud of you right now. Looking for money.
This is when Goldie wants to even get a point of inspiration. Skirin says, "Well, sir, I am not the one to ask, but I'm sure Mr. Anders and the council will take care of you for this." Sabine, do you know anything about this? She's like, I hadn't heard anything about this gear missing, but I'm sure there's probably a reward for anything that was stolen from the king. So, but come with me, sirs, and I will take you to the council hall, and we will get them called together and get all of this sorted out. Meanwhile,
hey, Felicia, they called you a sir, dude.
Must be the facial hair.
all right.
Electrolysis, honey. Electrolysis.
Meanwhile,
I guess they think I'm as pathetic as all of you.
she turns.
Sick burn, my guy.
She turns to Mo, who she's asked to stay here. Mo, you guard this, and I have counted how many cases of brandy are on this boat, sir, and I expect them all to still be here when I return. She's like, Blaine, I need you to run and I just went blank. What I was gonna say. So they sent the Eleander. Run to the temple and get someone to take care of poor Tycon's body. So with that, Skirin and Sabine ask you guys to follow them to the council hall. What do you do?
Guess we follow if that's where we have to go, right? No?
I mean, Gargle would absolutely follow them.
Yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah.
If someone else wants to try to sneak away and do something else, that's up to them.
No.
Gargle
I'm going to follow.
100% follow.
No,
Okay.
Did they pick up the head in the bag?
They did not.
You better pick it up.
On my way out, I'll pick it up just
Okay.
so that we make sure
So
that
he still has the head in the bag. Okay.
and Anders knows that we made sure we checked on that one guy like he asked us to.
So, meanwhile, there's been quite the hubbub has started to form around the docks. People coming in, a lot of looky-loos now trying to see what's going on. and Mo yelling at him, "Get back, all of you! Get back!" As you guys are walking away. So you proceed to follow them to the council hall.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Felicia, where'd you get the armor from? I apologize.
One of the guys who died had leather armor, and nobody needed it, so I just packed it away.
Oh, it wasn't.
But it's laying over the body now, so it's kind of like community.
So it wasn't on
property
the
at this point.
body of the brother that we found.
No, his armor was all beat up.
his
And
was-
abused.
Yeah. It
So
was
we
one
have
of the other guys.
Right, 'cause
This
I
is
was
pretty
wondering
disgusting.
if that was proof of that we found the brother type. Okay.
No, the head was.
No, that's why I got the head.
The head was the proof.
Oh, you got the brother's head too?
That's the head in the
That's
bag.
the head in the bag.
I thought the head in the bag was the guy, the pirate, the main pirate.
No.
No, you guys didn't.
Oh,
Take, no,
you
Felicia
sick-
melted his
You're a
face. Remember?
sick person. I'm so proud of you.
She melted
I
his
rated.
face.
I did the
And that's
full
why I
Raiders
made
of the
sure
Lost
to pick
Ark
it
on
up
that
before
guy.
we started leaving again.
Oh,
Because I want
thank
to
you.
make sure that Anders know we found the guy he sent us to look for.
There you go.
Okay.
Oh, this is so happy. So happy.
All right. So, as you guys walk through town, a reminder: the council hall. It's not a very far walk. So you guys were at these docks right here. The council hall is just right here. So you walk a little ways up the street. You enter the council hall building, and Skirin and Sabine take you all the way to the building. Sabine's like, "I will go and help Larry round up the rest of the council members." And Skirin stays with you, and he's like, "Please wait here, gentlemen, here in the foyer, and I will go and get Anders myself, and we shall be back soon." So with that, they both actually leave you there. So
So are we inside?
yeah, you guys, I assume they showed you in and asked you to wait here,
Okay.
and then they would be right. They both left to go get people to convene this meeting.
So we can see down that long hallway there.
Mhm.
Are there any door? I can't quite see any doors. Maybe
Okay,
I've-
so there's a
maybe I've-
double doors here,
Okay, good.
and each of these rooms has a door. Yes.
Okay, all the doors are closed.
All the doors are closed, and there is someone sitting here. I'm sorry, there was there is a lady sitting at the desk.
She attracted?
It's an older lady. What was her name?
Is it one of those older ladies with a file? Just
She kind of looks up, acknowledges you, but doesn't say anything.
I'm watching, always watching.
So I saunter over because I'm a rogue. Are you doing?
Okay.
I like how the rogue just means the worst impulses to you. That's all it really means.
It
It's
doesn't-
like the
At
absolute
least
worst.
according to him, yes.
I mean, I don't disagree. I love it.
So I want to check. I want from some information. She's right at the front desk. We talk her up.
All right. So, what do you say?
So hello. What is your name? My name is Goldie.
Yes. Hello, Goldie. My name is Marge. What can I do for you?
What is it?
Marge.
Marge?
Marge.
Marge?
Marge.
Marge.
Tell him Large Marge sent you.
Marge. That's right.
So Large Marge, does anything happen around here?
What do you mean?
Well,
Happen around here? This place
you
is
seem
always
like you
busy.
have-
Ships
you're
coming
the
and
first
going.
person- You must be a very important person. I mean, you're the first person we see when we walk in.
I'm just the council secretary.
No, you're more than that, Marge.
Is there something you need, sir?
Oh, I just, we're just here.
I'll walk over and set the back on her desk.
What is this, sir?
Anders asked us to find somebody.
Don't open it. It's for your boss.
Okay. Why don't you
Sorry if it's a little drippy.
why don't you put that over there on the floor away from my desk, please?
Good
Okay.
choice.
So, Marge, how long? You must know, the in and outs of this place. I mean, what's going? Give me a little, little.
A little what?
A little.
What are you talking about, sir?
Come on, Marge. You know what's going on here. Tell me. What do you
I
think?
honestly have no idea what it is you're wanting, sir. What do you want?
Just a little
Speak
conversation.
plainly.
Just a little conversation, Marge.
Gargle is like full on gawking at this, like totally not understanding what's happening.
Can I wander over to the double doors without like being? I'm just casually like looking at things. Is there anything on the walls, any artwork or anything?
Oh, you see, like on the walls is basically some, old pictures of like old frame paintings of the town and the docks, kind of idealized paintings and stuff on the walls.
So I'll just casually look at artwork and work towards my way towards the double doors.
That's fine. And then like there's a few pictures of like appears to be like past council members and stuff or important figures of town that are on the walls as well. So you wish to make conversation. What do you wish to talk about, Mr. Goldie?
We're new here. First time we've been in this building. First time we're meeting with the council. We're just trying to find some information on the council itself. What can you tell me about the people who are in the council?
Well, the council is made up of 5 people, thanks to recent developments. We have, Ida, who has obviously been the longest standing member of the council and is currently the chair. We have Gellin, who is, Gellin. And then we have young Mr. Anders, as well as our captain of the guard, Mr. Eleander, as well as Magistrad, who is our newest addition, the leader of the mining group.
So Galleon, you don't like Galleon?
No, Galleon's fine. He's just an odd duck. He's been around. His family's been in this town for years. He seems Gellin likes some Gellin. Let's just say that.
What was that last name again? You said?
I don't believe the Magistrad.
Yeah, Magistrad, yeah.
I don't even know.
I'm giving you all these names at the beginning, but yes, yeah.
So, what do you think about the Anders, since he's the newest one on the?
Oh, young Mr. Anders is a fine young man, so energetic and enthusiastic. It's a shame his mother passed so early, but he's doing fine work.
Does he get along with everyone?
Oh, I think Anders gets along with everyone. Can't imagine anyone having a bad thing to say about him. So as you're talking, you see the doors open and a dandy, kind of like dressed, kind of like a Southern gentleman comes through the doors. Well, Mads, that is not the voice I was going for. That came out. Excuse me. I'm coming through. And he kind of wanders through, just kind of like looks at you and goes right through, goes past Felicia and through the double doors and into the other room. So really didn't hardly acknowledge your guys' presence as he just went right by.
Okay, Marge, who's that?
Oh, that was Gellin. He always on the go.
So that's just Gellin. Okay.
So, any other questions for Marge?
Who's the 4th person? Ellen? Oh.
Eleander.
Eleander.
Let me spell it for you. Eliander. Eleander Fireborn. He is the captain of the guard here in town and a retired soldier in the King's Army.
So Mark, he must probably he must be pretty stiff, right?
Oh, Eleander? Well, he's a very serious man, yes, but he can be, when he's not carrying out his duties, he can actually be quite fun.
Really? Does he like to drink?
He's an old soldier, sir. What do you think?
He likes to drink.
So.
And there's what about Modestron? Whatever his name was.
Oh, that woman. Well, she cares about her mine and making money, and
mine.
Yes, she's the leader of as we talked about back in session 1. Recently, one of the king's degree, he gave rights to some dwarves to start mining in the area, and she is the leader of the mining company. So if we can go back, you can see the mine is a little further down the coast than the haunted house. But yeah, but that is where the main mine is currently. But they have a headquarters here in town. And almost as if on cue, you see her coming through a dwarven woman coming through the door, and she just blows by you guys like without acknowledging, followed immediately by let's get the descriptions here of these guys. Back to the quick shutting your notebook and getting off the page. That would help. So she walks by, dwarven woman with red hair, pretty stout, serious scowl kind of on her face even as she goes by, and she's followed by a tall man broad-shouldered man with red graying hair and a beard, and a peg leg. And this is, Marge, how goes it? And this, Eleander, I believe these are the people that all this fuss is about. He's like, yes. Oh, glad that you guys came into town. So it seems that we've got quite the business to deal with.
I guess, yes, we do.
The others should be here soon. Why don't you follow me? So, do the four of you follow him?
Sure.
So he takes you through the double doors, and I didn't hide it, but this is like the main meeting hall. But he walks you up to the front and through and into the side room, basically where there's a large table, and the dwarven woman and Gellin have taken up seats on opposite sides of the table. Come in, and sit down, he says, and he goes in, and basically they pull up a few extra. There's some benches and stuff. You can pull up a couple of extra chairs and sit on the one end of the table. So, you guys.
So we're still waiting for the chair and for Anders.
Yes. Actually, I just screwed up, but that's okay. So while you guys are waiting, dang it. Let's see. Okay, no, actually, so we're going to pretend that didn't happen just yet. While you guys are talking to Eleander at the front, a lizard folk comes in the door. So before he shows you to the back, I'm sorry, I screwed that up. So we're going to back up just a second.
Lizard folk.
Yes, a large lizard folk comes in the door.
Can I get a sense of what a lizard folk is?
It's like a dragonborn, except it's a lizard person.
Okay.
Let's see. I might
Tall. I'm assuming
there
large.
he is. Hang on, let me make him.
Oh,
That.
wow.
I assume this is Big Will's character.
Yes. That's why I was waiting for him to say something. I realized I needed to introduce him before we got
Okay.
to the back room. And then I was like, oh, crap, I forgot to do that.
So as soon as he walks in, he notices that Gargle is also a Triton, just like Tycon was, and walks straight up to you. And lizard folk are very large, especially compared to humans. So he's about 6'6", although the frills on top make him look even larger, and he's like 300 pounds, muscular, very big, dwarfs you for sure. Comes up on you and goes, "Are you a friend of Tycon's?"
Well, I hate to be to presume about stuff like that. We were working together. Yeah, he seemed like a cool dude, I guess. I brought his body. Are you a friend? He died. I'm really sorry. But I brought his body back because he wanted to be brought to the temple and whatever.
Yes. Well, I asked because I'm the one that tended his body as they brought it to the temple, you see. And I know if he was working with you, then he would consider you a friend.
Oh,
And-
right on, dude.
Yes, right, totally. Now, my name, by the way, is Ordo Un, and I was wondering.
Gargle these nuts.
Yes, thank you. In honor of my friend Tychon, and I know the work that he was trying to do. I became friends with him as he stayed here. I was out on business when he went out to this haunted house, I believe. But anyway, I was wondering if I could offer you my services. Apparently, he didn't take to his teaching very well when I tried to teach him how to properly care and heal and preserve life for people. So, may I offer you my services?
Well, like, to be fair to to our friend, I guess, like he did a pretty good job of healing the wounded because like we all survived, right? So I wouldn't be too quick to like dunk on the dude. He just died, man.
So
You have a
during the
point.
conversation, Eleander's like, "That's fine, Ordo. You can come with us. That's fine. Everyone, follow me." And then now he takes you to the back room. So
Where's that?
so
is it
basically, you guys were still out front. I'm sorry, I forgot to bring Big Will in right here.
I would have thought I was going to follow
You were
right through
over
the double
here, but-
doors. Yeah, I would have followed those people as they went through.
So now they're going through now.
Yeah, okay.
I backed it up. Sorry.
Okay.
So,
It's okay.
Sorry for the confusion. So you guys are all back here.
Okay.
And
Anders back there now too.
what?
Is Anders back there too?
Not yet.
Okay.
I would just like
No,
to say that
Keep
the
holding my back.
picture that I showed. Sorry, I'm not
It's
dressed
like
like
a punchline. You're just waiting for it to go
Yeah.
off.
No, that's-
that.
I mean,
Sorry.
I've got a very low charisma. There's got to be some reason why this guy's kind of annoying.
You've already gotten one point of inspiration for so
Did I get one too? Oh.
so
I
as
don't
you
expect to
guys-
get any more. I just it's he's kind of OCD sometimes about things, so he wants to make sure that this gets to the person.
So as you guys are waiting, it's just a couple of minutes, and then 4 more people file into the room. File in behind you. Basically, you see Anders and Skieran fall in, and Anders takes a seat next to Gellin. Skieran sits on a bench there behind him. The other 2 people that come in are description. Another woman in her 50s, seems to be with short gray hair, and the face bearing the marks of a life outdoors. And she kind of a medium height, medium build, and she moves to the head of the table, but following her is an extremely attractive woman who comes in and with a black cat at her feet, and she walks by you and sits on the bench as well off to the side.
I give her a nod.
Gargle is much more interested in the cat than the woman.
Okay, well, the
Keep
attractive
it in
woman
your
is
pants,
dressed
man.
in like she appears to be like very fine clothes, but they appear to be like the clothes almost of like a ship's captain. Like she's not dressed like a lady, but she definitely carries the bearing of like nobility or a proper lady. And then yes, her cat kind of wanders in behind it, hops up on the bench next to her, and stares at Gargle.
Can I do an animal handling check to see if it like is friendly to me?
Sure.
I will go ahead and give the bag to Anders.
22.
Oh, so yeah, it doesn't like come over to you, but it seems like it would be friendly.
Nice.
So
Make friends with that cat.
I'm gonna give Anders the bag and said we found your dude.
So before anyone actually says anything, you're gonna do that immediately?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you mean you found my dude?
Yeah. There's you go. Hand him the bag.
And so this draws exclamations, "Oh my goodness!" from several people around the table. Why would you do that?
Well, we wanted to make sure you knew he didn't make it.
Yes, please put that away. Put that away. And
I
Andrew's
can
like,
dispose of it.
he's like, Skaren, get rid of it. What do you mean you would dispose of it?
I
or
don't even
no?
want to know what that means.
Well,
I think he's going to
they
eat
hand
it,
to me?
dude.
No,
it's not
they
a
asked what you're
takeout
gonna
bag.
do with it before they hand it to you.
Those aren't leftovers.
Well,
Eat it, of course.
Oh, I
No,
knew it.
no.
I called it, dude. Awesome.
I think not. Skaren, please take care of this. So Skaren takes the bag and leaves the room for the moment. Now that is quite enough. The lady at the head of the table. Let's get into this, gentlemen. Can you? Obviously, we know that Anders sent you out there to find what happened to Purnell and his sister. Obviously, we seem to have that Purnell did not make it, and we know poor Tycon did not make it. Can you please tell us the rest of what you found at the mansion?
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
Are they not suspicious at all that we are the ones who killed him?
You'd have to roll some insight of whether they're suspicion of you or not, but.
Wait, but we didn't kill the brother. Wait, who did we kill? No,
How
we
did
didn't
they
even
know?
kill-
They haven't started their conversation.
Been dead for a while,
The
and you
brother-
guys left the day before.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's
that head is
it's
clearly
clear that we
dead
didn't
for-
go find him, kill him, and say, "Yeah, sorry, he was already dead."
No. He's
Okay.
well.
Okay. That's fair.
I guess you could have been involved beforehand, but they know
But that
Anders
seems-
sent you. They know you left the day before. It's only been a little over a day since you left,
All right. Fair enough.
despite the fact that it's been like a month for us. So yeah, you left the morning of the day before, and they know that Anders sent you because they give him permission to do it.
Okay. Cool.
So yes, she is asking for Eda, however you want to say EDA. Eda is asking for your story. So would someone like to tell the group what you found?
Felicia.
So the group turns to Felicia in anticipation.
My charisma is terrible, so I shouldn't be
I
doing
don't
it.
think you want me telling the story.
Yeah.
yeah,
she
you definitely
stands
can.
and waits for a few seconds with everybody staring at her before she says, we traveled deep into the underground beneath what was the place called? Sorry.
It was just the alchemist's haunted old mansion. The
Alchemist's mansion. And there we discovered several smugglers and thieves and various unsavory sorts who have been apparently stealing from your majesty. And therefore we dealt with them to the
Killed them.
tragic loss of one of our own. It was a battle to be long remembered, and we sacrificed much in solving this mystery for you all. It took a lot from us, and we are forever scarred from this event, but we are glad to be able to have been of service to you all. And we return with you to bring you the individual you were hoping to discover, who has tragically met his end as well, and several of the goods that we discovered, and we can give you maps and draw you directions to lead you back to any remaining items in their stores.
Gargle is like sniffling and wiping away tears.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll for anything, or are you good?
Don't forget to put the logbook on top of the.
I mean, you didn't really try. There wasn't really deception there.
No, it's performance, I
Yeah,
guess.
you can roll for performance, sure.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to be useful to anything that you're doing.
Yeah.
But there you go.
Hey, while he's doing that,
18.
if I notice that Gargle's like tearing up and stuff, I'm in my vestments, so I would go over to him and try to like comfort him because that praise Procron and all that.
Okay.
So I have a pretty good
So,
performance
Yes,
skills.
the
So
council seems
18.
quite moved by your story. Like clearly, it is that your suffering has moved them quite a lot. But Eleander speaks up. I can't remember what I was going to do for his. So he's like, well, it seems that you have found some. It seems we do have smugglers back in the area. And before he can say anything else, Galen goes, yes, smugglers that seem to have access to the king's goods. That doesn't seem like the local sort that you are always blaming for this kind of activity, Eleander. Now, see here, No, I'm sure you're going to blame it on one of us already just because, smuggling, it must be the locals. Now, that is not part of this discussion, and I made no such claims. Yes, but how do you think they could have gotten king's goods? That sounds like some of your people. So there's enough, says Ida. We're trying to get to the bottom of this. You two stop bickering for 5 seconds. And Anders pipes up at this point. Yes, so you seem to have found the smugglers, a smuggler's hold. Did you find any evidence of their operation while you were down there?
Indeed, we did, my lord. And she holds up the book. It seems there was a ledger, apparently written in some sort of code we were unable to decipher, but it seems to discuss shipments with some specificity. And we sacrificed life and limb, realistically, to bring this to you.
So,
if I remember correctly, like the code was like magically imbued, right? So there's no way we could have figured it out. Did I remember that correctly? Or is that something else?
It was just written in code.
It was just written in code. It was not a magic. It was not. So you actually found 2 documents. You found with the lantern. You found a document laying out a signaling pattern, and then on him you found a ledger with kind of a calendar and a code for what was parts of the shipment.
Right. So I will turn it all over, basically.
I don't remember. Did we all like roll to see if we could figure it out?
I don't think we ever did.
I don't think we did.
You did roll to figure out the signaling system, and you understood it, and then you rolled to figure out what the book was, and you rolled enough to determine it was a ledger, but I think only Felicia rolled on that.
Yeah, if I rolled, I failed, so I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember discovering anything. And she's the sort that would not necessarily show it all around until she had to.
So, I believe that's correct. Yes.
Okay.
So Eleander comes and
she would make sure she gives it to Anders and not any of these other jamokes.
Okay. Well, then did you hand the books to Anders?
Yes, she would hand all these papers and documents straight to him.
So Anders opens them and he's like, and about this time, Skieran comes back in and sees him looking at this, and Gillen's looking over his shoulder, and he's like, "Can you make any sense of it, young Anders?" He's like, not really. And Ida's like, let me see. And so he slides him to Ida at the head of the table, and the others kind of get up and look over her shoulder. And for a moment, they're just kind of flipping through and looking at the book, and well as the paper with the signaling system on it. Seems here they definitely were working with others, a ship of some sort, based on this, and it seems the ship is due back in a couple of weeks based on these markings in the calendar. So as you hear them discuss, do you guys chime in with anything else while they're looking at this?
Yes, I want to find out if we get any kind of reward for what we're doing here.
Yeah. As they're talking, I'm going to go and give all these guys guidance and mending, so they're all up to snuff and looking good, and everything's okay.
She brushes you off like when you go to touch her.
So after they spend a few minutes kind of looking at the book, and they're like, and then Ida comes up. She's like, this is concerning. It seems like this may be a larger operation than we thought. Did you find any other evidence so was this all you were able to find in the mansion or in the catacombs?
Well, my lords, as I mentioned, we brought back quite a lot of smuggled goods, as much as we could possibly carry in our small craft, and it's all down at your docks.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
th-
Eleander, did Sabine get an accounting of all the stuff they found? Yes. She did find that there were 2 crates of weapons marked with the king's markings. Let me get back to that so I remember what you guys found exactly.
A lot of silk and a lot of brandy.
I forgot who I gave the magic book to, but
Oh, you did also find what appeared to be a wizard's Soundbalot's wizard's book. Was also.
I kind of get to Woody and said, Woody, put it back in your pocket. Don't worry about it. Don't give too much.
no, I already gave it to.
So yeah, you found
somebody. I
10.
forgot who.
Well, you returned with 10 bolts of cloth and let's see, there was 8, and then
There's a lot of barrels of
Brandy.
alcohol and
and 6 casks of brandy.
and there were
Well,
and
so that's
all
what
the
you
containers of
remember.
weapons. We specifically made sure we carried all the containers of weapons. There were some containers.
And there was only 2 crates of weapons.
Yeah, so both of those made it on the
Yeah.
boat.
when they ask if there was anything else, this whole time Gargle's been like kind of trying to get the cat's attention, and when they say is there anything else, he's still like kind of just playing with the cat or trying to play with the cat, but he goes, "Oh, there was like this room that said danger, and there seemed to be something like big and scary behind it, but we didn't mess with that."
So you didn't finish cleaning out the mansion then?
Oh no, not even close, my guys. We found the bad guys and wanted to tell you like ASAP.
Oh.
So we scooted right back here. We stopped to like play some weird games on an island, but we wanted to get back as quickly as we could.
Weird games? What well, so did you seem to have found their signaling system. Did you find where they were signaling the ship from?
No.
Okay. What about
we
the
go back to
smugglers?
the
Did you
mansion?
find any evidence on them of who they were? The one guy did say his name a lot. If you remember. He spoke in the third person.
The guy Melton spoke in the third person.
Yeah.
Did I write anything down? Maybe I wrote.
If you didn't remember it, it's you can
No, I
decide if you
Yeah, I
would have
just now
remembered it or
started
not.
actually taking notes.
Let's see, guard, politician.
I'm gonna say Gargle and
Heldeck is the local wizard.
No, Sin.
His name was Sambalit, but you can decide whether or not your character would have remembered that.
Yeah, honestly, I think she was just too focused on killing.
Yeah.
I don't
Okay.
know that she gave a crap.
Well,
I give you a little elbow. Evelyn.
well, definitely it seems that a reward is in order, but it seems perhaps the job is not finished. Anders, you promised these gentlemen how much? He's like, well, I still owe them 100 gold pieces for taking on the mission. Well, I think Eleander speaks up. Well, certainly we'll pay you that, and I think probably another 200 gold pieces for the goods that you've returned. As well as
Is that sorry? I'm sorry, my lord. Is that a piece, or is that 200 gold? Do you value the life of one of our friends at simply 200 gold pieces?
Well, I'm afraid that you would like us to pay you for your friend's death.
I would like to
You're
feel like he didn't die for nothing.
We should be compensated.
Well, you can always get nothing, I guess.
Curious way you calculate the value of life.
Curious way that you're trying to bargain gold for a man's life.
No, he's already dead.
Fact.
And I offered you 200 gold for returning the king's good, and you told me it wasn't good enough.
I told you that my friend died for
Yes.
these items.
I am quite aware that the
and
man
I'm curious how much you value that.
Felicia.
And I think maybe you should. I think maybe we can find others that can handle the rest of this mission. I was about to offer you additional gold to finish the job. Now, Eleander, don't get all in a snuff. No, it
Gargle
seems
still
that this person is more about greed than about actually accomplishing anything. I think we should be quite done with them.
Excuse me.
Gargle.
If you could find others to do this, you would have already done it. But you haven't done it, so you can't find people to
I
do
think
it.
you're gonna all leave now.
Gargle still like playing with the cat says, Well, you know, like we kind of knew the risks of the mission when we took it, guys.
Yes, I believe you were all paid quite well to take on this mission, and we're offering you additional gold. And it seems to be that lining your pockets is all the two of you, at least two of you, care about.
And it seems holding on to your gold is all you care about, sir.
Oh, yes, because I'm just made of gold, a man who's been a soldier his whole life.
I look around at this
So with
town and I
this,
see
he's
that several
like,
of you
I
are
think we're
definitely
done with
lining
all
up.
of you. You look around and what?
I said, I look around at this town and I see several people lining their pockets well.
Ooh.
And with that, he asks, I think it's time you all leave.
What did I do?
Did we get the money?
I mean,
No, he's not going to pay you now.
Thanks, Goldie. Goldie. Thanks, Woody. Thanks, Coggle.
we
So
found
Anders is
proof of
gonna
the guy.
hand you Anders does hand you the 100 gold pieces that you were promised, but now Eleander's not going to hand you a reward for returning the goods because he's mad.
How do you think your king would feel about not rewarding the people that brought back his property?
So Ida's going to step in at the moment. She's like, Eleander, please come. Let's step outside for a moment. Hang on, gentlemen. And lady. Well, lady. And so the two of them leave the room while Anders is like staring at you guys like you've grown alien. What are you doing?
You're really blowing this, guys.
I know who the woman with the cat is. Who
The woman in the cat has just got a smirk on her face. She hasn't said anything yet.
Where is she sitting?
She's sitting on the bench behind where Eleander and
To the north there?
Magistrad was. So she's sitting on
That
over here.
to the south. Okay.
You guys are on this end of the table.
All right, so I want to move over. I want to find who she is.
Is there anybody sitting on those other benches on the upper side?
Well, Skarin came back in and was sitting behind Anders. Yes.
All right, I'll sit on the empty bench while we're
You're gonna sit on the empty bench. over here?
I want to move to the girl with the cat.
So Magistrad, or the lady Magistrad, turns to you as you start to approach because she's sitting on that side of the thing. What is wrong with you people? We offered you a fine reward and it was not enough.
Again, what did I do?
I never said it wasn't enough.
She's like, oh, I believe that one, and she points at Felicia, was quite implying that it was not enough.
So
She doesn't speak for all of us.
Do we
And
know
she
the
was-
Perhaps you
person's
should have
name?
let her
She was-
speak.
Also, quite attached to the other guy.
Somehow I doubt that.
Do we know her name?
Are you questioning my performance? Because I was a pretty solid performer.
Your performance earlier was.
You want me to roll again? For the
Yeah,
other
roll
performance?
again. Let's see your
All right.
performance.
Do we know
see
the
my
cat lady's
performance
name?
Bartering for more gold.
Yeah.
You
13.
basically doubled your reward, and you were like, no.
13. Sorry.
Yeah, no, she's still, she's not convinced. So,
all right. Okay. So
so
the one
she's
with the,
like talking to you. The lady continues to just sit there. So you're gonna like try to blow by the dwarfen lady.
Me?
yeah, I'm just going right to the girl.
I'm
with
talking
the
to
cat.
Goldie.
I'm going to the one with the cat.
Well, the magistrate is like, I'm talking to you as you try to move past her.
That's nice. That's nice. I'm still moving to the girl with the cat.
Okay, what do you say?
I want to
She's
sit
just
there.
there.
I said, "Ooh, that's." I was going to say something, but that's a lovely pussy. No, so
That's looking at you like,
I'm just
Don't even try it.
Look, I'm a cat.
I know,
I'm just
but
gonna
it's still
sit
giving you a
down.
look like, don't even try it.
No,
But-
I'm just playing. I'm ignoring her and playing with her cat.
Oh,
Wow.
the cat will not let you touch her. If you tried to reach to touch the cat
I'm like, so
the cat hikes it, like hisses at you.
Oh, that's his loss. Okay. Anyways, so I said, oh, "Who are you?" I'm Goldie. How you doing?
Well, I'm the Lady Blackwood, of course.
Blackwood. And what brings you here to the council?
Oh, I always find these quite entertaining.
Really? What's so entertaining about the council? It's kind of it seems a little
Have
boring.
you not been entertained? by
You're asking that
discussion?
question.
So she says with this.
Laser.
Now, at this point, Gellin speaks up. Yes, we all know you like to know what's going on around here, Scarlet. Well,
Scarlet.
you're all quite entertaining, I must say. And being relatively new in town, I like to know what's going on.
Oh, you're new in town? What brings you to town then?
Business, of course.
What type of business?
Shipping. What do
Shipping.
you
You
think
went
this
to
town
shipping.
is?
So
What kind of shipping?
Most everyone is looking at you like you're an alien because you don't know who this lady is. So the council members are. So go ahead, Ordo.
Do we know who the ruddy woman with the short gray hair? Do we know her name yet?
That was Ida. She's the one that took Eleander out of the room for the moment.
So she's the chairwoman then.
She's the chairwoman, yeah.
Okay.
Short gray hair is the chairwoman. Magistrad is the dwarven woman. She's got long red hair. And then Scarlet Blackwood is the finely dressed, beautiful woman with black hair.
Got that.
And with the black cat. And then you got Anders, who's a young guy. Scarlet's probably about 30. Anders, the young guy. And then you have Gellin, who's an older, kind of dapper gentleman. And then Scarin, who's Anders' butler. Those are the other people in the room.
Yeah, he's the butler.
Okay.
So about this time, Ida and Eleander come back into the room. Eleander is does not at all appear to be happy. So you guys have made a fine friend of the captain of the guard. Well done. And they kind of proceed around the table. And Edith speaks first. She's like, well, I hope we can continue this discussion with a little more civility, and looking at Eleander, and he sits down and she's like, as I was going to say before everyone got in a huff, we will of course pay you the 100 gold for completing the mission that Anders sent you on. And we will pay you 200 gold for returning the king's goods. I'm sorry, we are not going to compensate you for poor Tychon's loss. Any of that money would have went to his family, but I believe his family was gone. And it certainly wasn't you. If anyone here maybe would be Ordo, because we know who Tychon hung out with enough to know that you are all relatively newcomers. Now, if you would be willing to continue to do business, we would like your assistance in finishing this job and taking out the rest of the smugglers. That, of course, is up to you.
So is that we have to go back to the haunted the
Well, she hasn't said that yet. So she's asking if you're interested in continuing to do business with
I would gladly, and I never intended to make money off of the crown's items. I just assumed that the crown would reimburse you, and then in turn,
you're offering you a reward for the return of the items. Yes.
That's all I was ever in it for. I'm not in it for the money, but I mean, that's all I was ever expecting was what the crown would pay. I did not expect any in addition to that.
Yeah.
And I whispered to Felicia, we got to teach that boy a couple of tricks.
However, I would assume that you returning these to the crown would bring much honor to the council.
Yes. Well, the council is a representative of the crown here in Saltmarsh, so okay. The council is paying you. Yes. Do not worry about what happens to the items now.
All right, so I guess we're going to take the 300 and be on retainer.
Well, that's the question. She's asked if you're interested in continuing to work with the council. What do you guys say?
I'm definitely for it.
What's the job?
Cockle.
We would offer you an additional 400 gold pieces to finish the job and take out the ship and the remaining smugglers on the ship that they're dealing with, because certainly it seems the ship is due back in about 10 days' time, and will most likely, if they discover their land compatriots are gone, just set up shop somewhere else. We'd like to see this finished.
400. what happens when we? All right, 400. Well, now we're bargaining. Okay, 400 is cool. What happens when we find any goods?
Well, depending on what you find and how much, there would potentially be a reward for the return of the smuggled goods as well. Not knowing what it would be, I can't I can't guarantee you any amount.
Well,
are you interested?
Well, we got a yes from Woody, we got a thumb up from Gargle, and we got chewing from Felicia. So,
I mean, I think Gargle would like agree to take it because that's what Gargle would do, but at the same time, he's kind of like not understanding how we're going to take out a ship.
So who's the face of the party then, fellas? I'm the new guy.
Well,
So one of you four.
So they're basically the plan that they're gonna the way we see, based on the logbook, what we're suggesting is that you return to the mansion and wait for their return on the new moon. It appears they're due back during the new moon, and using what you've learned about their signaling system, signal the ship, row out in the jolly boat. Will give you the use of the boat again, and find a way to sneak aboard and take out the smugglers that are on the ship.
all right, so we're going back to the haunted house. If we take the mission,
Yes, you would be going back to the haunted house.
Do you have like somewhere where we could get outfitted for reasonable coin that you just provided for us?
Well, there's certainly numerous shops here in town that you can get outfitted. What are you looking for?
Well, I just thought that
Ball bearings.
we might be able to get like a maybe a discount type of a deal for buying equipment for trying to do this. Not that we're trying to take advantage of you, just.
Well, certainly, I guess it depends on what
I
it
mean,
is.
I can't swim that well is one thing, and I can't breathe underwater, and the thought of that scares me a little bit. And then the cat sure doesn't like water.
Does the council? Yeah, no kidding. Does the council have?
And we want to help by all means, but if there was anything that you knew of that we could buy for reasonable price to assist us in this task would be greatly appreciated.
If you're looking for some sort of magical help with assistance, I don't have any equipment. Obviously, hopefully you will not be underwater. You'll be aboard the boat or aboard the ship that comes in. But if you're looking for some sort of magical assistance, you can always approach Keledek. He is our local maid or local wizard. But I'm afraid that I doubt we have any say in trying to get him to give you a discount on any sort of thing. And then you can always talk to what is her name? Get to the right page. Captain Zindros over at the Quartermasters of Eus. He seems to deal in lots of magical items as well that might be able to assist you in that kind of thing. But I'm afraid I have no insight personally into any sort of magical assistance that you might be looking for.
So the council doesn't have a charge account anywhere?
Oh, thank you very much for that. I appreciate your info.
So the council doesn't have a charge account anywhere, so we can.
I think we've given you quite enough gold to buy whatever it is you need.
You realize we're putting our lives in danger for the council, so
you're being quite well rewarded for it. But you'd like to again. It's your choice whether you do business with us or not.
Guys, so like to help like maybe clarify things, and I know I'm just like a lowly fisher boy,
lonely and blue.
But like when my father and I, when we would like catch a fish and we'd bring it to someone and they'd say, oh, I'll give you like 3 silver for that fish, and we'd say, no, like 5 silver, and then they'd say, well, 3 is the best I can do. We could either take that or leave it, and then like we could go to someone else try to sell the fish, but maybe they'll give us 2, maybe they give us 4. But at the end of the day, like we can choose who we do business with and who we don't. I think that's kind of the same thing here, right?
Yeah,
That's the way we
except
see it.
we only really have one place to sell this fish. I mean, it's either
Sure. So
we
I mean,
either take the money or we're left with the stinky fish.
They
You
kind
can
of
certainly
like
try to find employment elsewhere if you'd like.
they kind of
No,
got us by
I
the
didn't
short
mean that
hairs a
way.
little bit, and I think that you're kind of blowing it. Hey, kitty.
I don't trust redheads. Okay. I'm just looking. I like to have little change in my pocket.
We don't
I-
even
They
know how much.
paid you 300 gold for 4 of you. and
And I do need a little
4 of
drink.
you got 300 gold.
And I do need a little drink right now.
How much drinking are you going to do?
That's a lot of drinking.
I was going to say. But
All right. So, so basically, they're going to give us $400 to go back to the
they'll
mansion.
give you an additional 400 gold pieces to go as a group. Well,
can we do 500 since 500 will divide evenly among us?
You can have mine. Like I don't need the money, right? Like here's the thing. Like
the offer is 400, sir.
Hey, I'm trying to do the fish thing. You offer me 2. I'm asking for 4. We meet in the middle someplace.
that's you took the completely wrong message from my fish analogy, dude.
It seems to me maybe you might finally see it my way, Ida, that these people are not worth dealing with.
Okay, we'll take the 4. We'll take the 450. No problem.
450, yes.
Goldie,
The argue a sly
Goldie.
one. 400,
I think
take it or leave it.
400 sounds good to me.
425 sounds better, but that's okay.
Well, 1,000 sounds even better, but
I can see why Goldie and Alicia got along well.
I kind of go like this. I say, hey, Goldie, you know what sounds worse? 0, my guy.
All right, okay, all right. I'll just take your pot. All right, we'll take 400.
All right.
Yes. Well, it seems maybe I was going to have you report to Eleander before you leave, leave a couple days before the new moon to return to the mansion. But maybe we will continue to have you deal directly with Anders.
Okay. Now that the group has agreed, I step up to the council. I've been, sort of in the back and go,
In the name of Procon and in the memory of my friend Tycon, I will go with these 4 and try to protect them and give them healing and all that they need to complete these tasks. And any gold I find or that the council pays, don't put it towards me, give it to the temple, and I gladly thank you. And just so everyone knows, Tycon's body has been prepared. The funeral will be next week. Donations are accepted, but not required.
Eleander looks at you and is like, Ordo, they're going to need all the help they can get. And with that, he leaves. And so
He's the chief of the guards.
Captain of the Gods.
Yes, you've made quite the friend of the captain of the guards.
As if my character would ever get along with police. Come on. I mean, let's be realistic.
So with that, you guys can file out, or you can talk to people as everyone starts.
I mean,
to
who's
file
gonna?
out.
Did they actually give us the money yet?
Yes, you were
Okay.
paid the 300 gold.
300.
They have not paid you the 400 yet. No,
All right, so we have to split 300 4 ways or 5 ways.
4 ways.
3, not 4.
Okay.
Yeah, Ordo
Yeah,
wasn't involved. This was
Ordo
all for
didn't
what you've
do
already done.
Well, he's hanging out with us. You know what I'm
75
saying?
gold apiece.
How much?
300 is 75 gold apiece.
75, right? Yeah.
75 apiece that you guys can add to your stash. So would you like to talk to anybody on your way out, or are you guys ready to head out of the council hall? So on your way,
I want to go talk to the lady with the cat. I mean, not with fucking Goldie, but like on my own.
Hey, I'm over here like, hey, you doing?
Are you still over? Wait, are
Okay,
you still
well,
next to her?
She gets up to start to leave. So do you want to go? You want to go talk to her?
Yeah, just a quick
Okay, so,
like.
yeah, what do you say?
I appreciate your kind smiles. It made that a lot more enjoyable.
Oh well, you know, I take quite the enjoyment. It's always quite funny to watch the council get wound up about these pitiful matters. So it's quite entertaining, I think.
And winding them up is a lot of fun. I should say you should try it from the other side.
Trust me, I've done so, and you did quite the fine job of it today. You made quite the friend of poor Eleander. He didn't know what to think of you.
Well, you know, he does have quite a stick up his ass, so I guess it's pretty easy to wind him up.
So she laughs about this. Meanwhile, the cat is kind of just winding around her legs and like staring up at you.
I asked to pet the cat.
Oh, you'd like to pet Mr. Sebastian? Well, he has a mind of his own, so it'll be up to him. I would suggest you just lean down and see if he has any interest.
Do I need to re-roll my animal handling?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn
Roll
it
again.
See, you get to play with the pussy.
7.
So he doesn't like swat at you, but he does drift to the other side of her and just kind of like not come to you. So.
Harsh my mellow, my God.
I asked her, could I possibly come by and bring you a bottle of wine sometime?
What are you doing?
So, okay. It's like, well, I always enjoy a good bottle of wine. Certainly. I'd be happy to receive visitors if you'd like to join me for dinner.
Thank you again. And I excuse myself.
Okay. So,
and I go up to you, I go, Felicia, hey, did she talk about me? Huh?
I smack you and keep walking. Don't ruin this for me.
All right. So the rest of you, anybody want to talk to anybody else? Anders does approach you on your way out the door and says yes. It basically tells you to meet him in the first thing in the morning, 8 days from now, and they'll make arrangements for your trip back to the haunted mansion.
I wouldn't ask. Sorry, I didn't mind. I was wondering about the body of Tychon, but I'm like, I don't care.
I've already took care of that.
My character doesn't give a crap.
Yeah. So I've already took care of it. So he's at the
temple. The body was taken to the temple. The goods were all like the council's having them all somewhere to be returned to the proper owners, and they're going to leave the little jolly boat at the dock at Anders Dock. You guys can, for your use, to return to the mansion when the time comes.
Hey, JP, have you thought of any burial procedures or anything for Procon? Because if you haven't, I have.
Well, you said it was in a week, so I would assume it would be the day before you guys leave. So I figure we'll handle downtime stuff before we do that.
Yeah.
So if you have something, sure, we can run with it.
Okay. And as we're all walking out,
other than you,
so as we're all walking out, I walk next to Goldie and just turn to him and look at him in the eyes and go,
I bet that cat would have been delicious.
I bet he was.
I say, for a man who is so pious, you certainly want to eat a lot of people.
Well, you killed them first, so I'd say we're even.
We didn't kill the head.
We don't know this guy's religion. Cannibalism might be a big part of it.
You know,
perhaps.
It's not a religion.
I don't remember Tychon eating people.
Then I
didn't know him that well.
I'm like a cat person, so it's like I'm screwed.
I know, that's why I said it to you.
Okay. Anything else before you guys head out?
Well, I mean, we have goods we give away. We don't have a dead body that's given away. We left the boat, so we don't even have a boat. And so what do you have?
The boat.
As I say, we don't need the boat.
Yeah, so we go back to our rooms. I guess. I don't mean.
Okay. Well,
Unless-
we would basically. What I'm saying is, we'd be ready to. Are you guys ready to start the downtime, or is there something else you want to do before we do that?
I don't think so. I mean, I might upgrade my. I used a couple of my my kits, my health kits, my what are they called?
And we can certainly do that before you guys head back out of town.
Yeah, but you should have the 9 that I had plus 10 more. You should have plenty.
I do have plenty.
Yeah. Besides, I'm good with.
And I would like to sell some of the swords and such that we collected.
So do you guys have the list so do you want to do that now?
I don't mind whenever. I mean, I have fish scale metal mail armor, mariner's armor.
No, mariner's
give that
armor
to
is
some-
on
You
Gargle.
gave that to Gargle.
You gave that
Gargle
to
got the
Gargle.
mariner armor. So is that the fish scale?
Well, it's like blue and it like had like fish designs on it. But,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then I had the leather armor that was over Tycon's body.
Well, you left that at the boat,
Okay,
so that's probably gone at this point.
way too charitable. And then I had a short sword, a long sword, and 2 long bows.
Okay. So would you like to go to?
I don't need any of that crap.
So you want to go try to sell that stuff?
Let's cruise over.
Let's see.
Certainly don't need to be carrying it.
That would probably be.
I mean, we have a long walk, like a horseshoe-shaped walk from Andrew's place all the way around.
Yeah.
So there is.
Unless Ordo needs any of this gear.
No, I'm good.
So nobody needs any of the gear. So you guys.
I mean, I would sell it to you at a I'd sell it to you at a
I got a short bow. I mean, can I shoot at longbow? I mean, I don't know.
You have to
I don't
check
know
your
what your proficiency
proficiencies, what skills you have. I don't think you're proficient with a longbow as a rogue, but I can't remember. I think you're proficient with a short bow and a crossbow.
Or a
crossbow.
Yeah.
So
No,
I
you
think
did
the
find one.
longbow
Those guys did have
seems useless.
crossbows.
Yeah,
So there was
a
a
longbow,
crossbow, but I think you already took one.
A longbow is a heavy 2-handed weapon, so he wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah. And I don't know. Do you have 2 swords already, right?
Yeah, I'm all set with the rapier.
So then you don't need any of this.
Well, and he took one of the crossbows off the guys.
Yeah.
So
I'm
a
ready.
couple of them had crossbows.
Sell it all.
So you guys can go to Winston's and sell that
let's do
stuff. You just want to sell it, or do you want to role play that?
It doesn't matter to me. What do you prefer? If you want to move on to downtime and get it out of the way, we can do it.
It's your guys' game, so
No, I'll just take the money. Whatever, it's fine.
okay. Let me.
A short sword, a long sword, 2 longbows.
Well, I guess it would depend. Are you going to haggle? Or
Are
you
you
just
gonna
take
haggle
whatever
with
you
your-
get?
For the sake of moving the story, I don't care.
Is the crossbow a hand cross? It says I'm proficient in a hand crossbow.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm proficient with it, so I can
You
keep
are.
the crossbow.
Yeah, you can keep the crossbow.
As long as you have to buy bolts for it. Otherwise you get bolts already.
All right. So you had what?
Short sword, long sword, 2 long bows.
Okay. So he will short sword, long sword, and 2 long bows.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So he offers you the long bows. He will offer you. And then where's the short sword? That's 10. Okay. And then long sword. He offers you 65 gold for the lot of it.
Done. Sold. Take it.
Okay. And then anybody else have anything they needed to sell or move along?
Can I buy some bolts for the crossbow?
Certainly. That will cost you. I just closed that page.
Sorry.
No, you're okay. Crossbow bolts. Where are the bolts at? Why am I not seeing crossbow bolts?
150 across the top, maybe.
150. Oh,
I'm looking at the player's handbook.
yeah. I did. Maybe I just missed them. Oh, yeah, I did. So that's how many you want?
Well, this says 20 for one gold piece, so I
Yep.
guess
There you go. 20 for a gold piece.
Is there? This might be more downtime than what we're doing now, but is there any sort of like jeweler or craftsman in the town?
So if you want to sell the, you could certainly try to sell it to Winston, but he's probably not.
I do not want to sell it.
How
big
you
is
just want
it?
to get a pricing on it?
How big is it?
It's basically like the site. Like it's not huge, but it was like, like. Yay.
Okay. Yeah. No, I want to try to make it into a necklace.
Okay. So you're looking for a jeweler. Well, so let's.
what she wants for Christmas is a pearl necklace.
So hang on a second. Let me see if I can find it.
This is getting so long.
Sure, there is. Jared's jeweler is in town. Jared's.
Can I say I went to Jared's?
You can say you went to Jared's.
Not a sponsor.
I think you better.
So, do you want to like actually act that out, or do you just want him to, or do you just want to go in and see what that bargain?
That's up to you. We don't need to act it out to save everyone time, but I just wanted to know like how much it would be to make it into a necklace.
He would charge you. Or are you going to get an assessment for how much it's worth while you're there?
No, I don't care.
Okay, so he's going to charge you 5 gold pieces to make that into a necklace.
Great.
And he will take the week to do it.
That's fine.
So that'll be. We'll make that part of the downtime thing. That's going on.
I'd like to go to like a somewhere that might have some magical equipment type stuff.
Okay. Well, there's the faithful quartermasters of Euse. IUZ. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Euse. That they told you about is going to be your best place to buy or sell magic items, probably.
Okay, probably go there.
Okay. So that is led by a female tiefling named Captain Zindros. You want to act this out?
Sure.
Okay. So
you want to take the map down, or do you need the map?
Let me put the map back up.
The city map. Sorry.
So the faithful quartermasters is over here near the empty net. That is option 7. So you kind of proceed back to the empty net and head on to the faithful quartermasters of Euse and go in.
So I was wondering if you had like any water protection type gear. I know that sounds kind of odd.
Huh?
Yeah, like swimming stuff or breathing stuff for water.
Well, let's see what we got in stock currently. I'm afraid I don't think there's any sort of thing here right now, but let me see what we got. Water related.
Can you not swim at all?
Yeah, just kind of slow.
Okay, I was going to say, like, I think it would have been funny for me to, like, try to give you...
It appears we don't have anything. What exactly are you looking for, sir?
I don't know. I guess it's just, maybe more unnatural, but I just started being around the ocean and, we did this one contest where we're underwater for like an hour and they had to do a spell on us. And I was just,
a potion of water breathing. Is that what you're looking for?
Well, I'd like something more permanent, but, something like that might be.
Well, there are spells that will do such a thing, but in terms of magic items, you would need
if there's like a cloak or a ring or something like that, that'd be awesome.
Would be something. I don't have one at the moment, and that would be quite expensive. Let's see, what would a cloak of the manta ray? If you're wanting to engage me to to search for such an item. That could take some time. Let me see. How much is the Cloak of the Manta Ray? Yes, let's see. That is an uncommon. That seems to be a relatively uncommon item, which means if you engage me for 50 gold, we could search for it, and it would cost the item itself would cost 300 gold pieces if I could find one.
What about this really awesome surfboard I have?
Oh, that's quite the night. Does it have magical properties? Let's see.
No, it's just made by ocean elves,
Sea elf.
sea elves out of
Oh,
driftwood.
fine
It's very
craftsmanship,
beautiful.
but I'm afraid I don't really deal in that kind of thing. You might try the Carpenter's Guild Hall. They might offer you something for it.
Okay, I was just thought we might work out a trade because I don't have enough money right now for the cloak.
Well, let's see. What is that? There's a helm I was thinking of. That might also help you. Let's see. Let me look in my book, Kev. Where's it at? That's not showing it. I thought there was a helm that also was what you guys were looking for.
Cap of water breathing.
Maybe it's a cap. Maybe actually it might be in here. Might be looking in the wrong book. Helm of Underwater Action, but I'm afraid it's also a relatively uncommon item. It would also require 300 gold.
Okay. Well, I'll you said sort of like a 50 gold deposit.
Well, 50 gold is to engage my services, sir, to try to search for the item, and then the item itself would cost 300.
Okay. I don't have the 300 now, but I hope to in a little while. Do you know how long it would take you to source such an item?
Uncommon items for her will take. Let me get to the right part of this. That would be in a downtime thing. You were just on it. You clicked off of it. Magic items. Roll twice. And determine what I am. Oop, that jumped off the. What? So an uncommon item would be. One. It would take at least 2 weeks.
Okay. I should hopefully have that money by then, so I'll go ahead and give you the 50 to look for it.
Certainly, sir. Which item are you looking for?
Probably the Cloak of the Manta Ray.
Cloak of the Manta Ray. So I will say this is going to be your downtime activity for the week because this counts as a downtime activity. So you will not be doing the other thing that we talked about. So
okay.
So certainly. So she takes your 50 gold and says she'll see you in a couple weeks.
So for my downtime, I first would like to go up to Gargle. And
well, that would be a conversation, I guess.
Yeah, I know. But first, I'd like to go up to Gargle and go,
I overheard you say that you don't really need the money that you received. I have a proposition for you. I would like to set up a memorial fund in the name of Tycon, our friend, and what it would do would help pay for the education of all our acolytes and other such people who study at the temple. Right now, we don't have much of anything, and we're always running out of money, but if we could have it properly invested, I'm sure it would do well to pay and maybe even give scholarships That's where all my money's going to go, except for my minimum. I try to always keep 15 gold on me, just in case I need to make a purchase of some kind. Anyway, I was wondering if you'd like to join me in this endeavor.
I give you. I go to you. That's a church for you.
I was trying to think about. I don't think that Gargle has like that much of a relationship with religion at this point. Because I think his father was probably pretty, not like angry with the idea of religion, but just kind of like over it. So I don't think he instilled a lot into him.
Well, there is some religious learning going into it, but
this is not in character.
Yeah, but it's also normal education.
Well, not necessarily. He came from Triton. He was offshore, so he wasn't like part of Saltmarsh. So, but yeah, he's having an out of character conversation at the moment. So,
I think my response would be like,
He only because of what you said. That's the only reason he's coming to you. Otherwise, he'd be doing it on his own.
What did I say?
You had said that you didn't really need the money.
Oh, well, I mean,
so that's the only reason he's coming to you. It's no, you don't have to say yes, but
no, I mean, I'm trying to honestly like decide if he would be interested in learning more or not.
Yeah, well, it's not going just to the church; it's going to the education fund.
An education fund he hasn't actually set up yet.
Yeah, that hasn't set up yet. That would be the downtime is to set it up.
I know, but you have not set it up yet.
Is it religious education or educating the youth in just
youth,
like regular schoolwork?
Well, it would be both. I mean, you can't. It's impossible to be an atheist in D&D. So, I mean, it's both.
Well, sure. Like, I don't know that.
Like a Catholic school is accredited and everything, but they also teach, catechism and stuff as well as math and science.
He's trying to set it up through the church, so it would be both. It would be like, yeah, they're gonna get pro-con daily. Anyone that's helping, as
well as math, science, and regular stuff.
I think you'd be like, well, like he was a cool dude and all, but I and not that I don't trust you, dude, but like I don't really know you yet, and so I mean I'd like to see like where it's going before I just like hand over my cashola to you.
That's perfectly reasonable. Perhaps next time. Thank you for your thoughtful reflection before making a decision.
Right on.
And then that would be my downtime, is to try and get that set up.
Okay, so I need you to roll a charisma or religion, whichever you'd like, check to start with.
I'll go with religion. That would be a 14.
Okay, with a 14, you are able to convince Welgar, the head of the temple, that this is a good idea to try to set this up. So you have his support to at least start to do it, although he's not necessarily helping you a lot yet. So it's going to be on you. And then I need you to roll another one to see how well you do this week. So religion or charisma again, how well you do in your initial week of trying to set this up.
All right, religion, obviously. That would be a 5 for this week.
So you don't get a lot of takers the first week. So you'll have to try better. No real interest. You don't get really any donations just yet. People are kind of like, we'll see what you do with it. So you're gonna have to work on that for the going forward. So you don't get a lot of takers this first week.
I plan on working on it. Okay, I guess I'm done then.
Okay. So that's basically how Ordo spends his week, as he's trying to like get people to donate to this fund. Woody basically spent the week trying to engage, and I don't know why they say that's a week, but that's the way they want you to play it. So that was kind of your downtime activity for the week, was trying to engage to get. I mean, I feel like you ought to still be able to do something. We're going to play this like you can still do something else. You engaged her, and it's going to take those weeks to get it, but you can still do what you were going to do if you want to.
Okay.
Because it's not, what are you going to do? Sit around? You're not going to look for it. So,
yeah. Well, on a lot of that stuff, it was the week, if it took so many weeks to make it that.
No.
And I was involved in making it, then that time was spent in making it.
Yeah, but that's not what you're.
That doesn't, yeah.
That's not what's happening here. So.
Didn't somebody need some leather armor?
That was
Goldie.
Goldie was wanting studded leather armor, and you said you could potentially make that.
Yeah. So I guess I will go talk to. Before I do that, I want to see what this surfboard is worth at the carpenter's place. And then I'm going to.
So you're going to go to the carpenters. I'm in the wrong section. Okay, so down, we pull the map back up. Down here, the Carpenters Guild Hall is 23. So that is down here on the end. So if you decide to go down there, do you want to role play this, or do you just want to see what they offer you for it?
I'll just see what they offer me for it.
So Jiller, who is the female gnome, who's kind of the head of the guild hall, comments on the high quality of the board, but and says that it's worth 5 gold pieces is what she'd offer you for it.
Okay, well, thank you. I'll just keep it at that.
Okay.
And then I'll give it to Gargle if he wants it.
All right. And then do you want to...
And then I'll go to the leather place and start talking to the leather master or whatever.
I think it's Leather Daddy.
Leather Daddy. Okay.
What are they? Let's back here at the beginning.
Leather master.
Good old supple Simon.
Bring on the gimp.
Kester's Leather Goods, and that is Kenorna. Sure, we're going to go with Kenorna. She's a human female. So basically, what she tells you is the material you need to make it would cost you. Gotta get back to that page real quick. See how much that's going to cost. Too far. Where is the armor at? I went too far. That would cost 22. The material is going to cost you 20 gold pieces. To gather all the material you need to make that.
Okay. I would make sure that Goldie is fine in paying that.
How much?
So
20?
Studded leather armor would normally cost you 45 gold pieces. He can make it. He can get the materials, and then whatever he wants to charge you on top of that for 20.
I won't charge him anything.
Okay.
Okay, I'll slip you 20.
Well, I mean, I'll have you pay for the match, and then I'll just make it for you for free.
Right, you just tell me how much you wanted me to give you.
Okay, 100 gold.
minus my 80 discount.
Okay.
The material to make the studded leather armor is going to cost 20 gold. So how
I'll give you $20.
you don't want to charge him for your work? That's on you.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and charge him for my work just because I'm trying to save up for the
How much? 35?
cloak.
So how much do you
me
want to
do
charge him
total?
for your work?
20, which will 40 altogether.
Okay.
So yeah, he still saves compared to buying it from
Yeah.
somebody
Done.
else.
Yeah, that's
got
why
it.
I was doing it that way.
You got it.
He still
Okay.
saves. I'll make some money.
So I need you to roll. So to see how well you actually do in making this, I need you to
Okay.
roll. I guess the closest thing for this would be a sleight of hand dexterity here to see how well you do making it.
Okay. 16.
Okay. So you made the Kenorna offered you like a workspace, like she had space that you could work in the back. So you made it. And she, as you were doing so, she was quite impressed with your work. She offered you a couple of tips to like make it back or to improve it as you were going. But she suggested, yeah, this work might be for you if you ever get the interest. And with that, you now have studded leather armor to sell to quite well made armor to sell to Woody or to Gold.
So basically, I bumped my armor class up 1. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, compared to just plain leather, you go up 1.
Yeah.
Okay, done.
Sweet.
All right. Now the other 3, are you guys still gonna stick together?
Absolutely. We were gonna Goldie and I were gonna take Gargle around and explore some of the sites.
Okay. So so you talked about doing a combination of carousing and gambling. So I need to know where you guys are going to carouse. Are you just going to stay at the Empty Net? Are you going to go?
Yeah, we're gonna start at the net. I think that's just easiest.
Well, you're going to talk to me about the whole week here. So
Yeah, personally, I want to.
So do you spend time at the Empty Net? Do you go to the other bars in town, or do you just stay there for the most part?
Personally, I feel that if I have a week off, I want to hit all the bars and get information or contacts or something.
Yeah, that's why you want to hit the bars.
Okay, so you're going to hit the Snapping Line, the Empty Net, and the Wicker Goat.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, we're gonna ease Gargle into it by starting at the Empty Net, just because that's his he's
That's
already
where he's
knows
been.
that place, so it's easy to be like, hey,
fine.
check out this game of chance.
Okay, so I'm going to have you guys start doing some rolls, and then we're going to talk about how your week goes.
All right, what am I rolling?
I need all 3 of you. First of all, I need you both to roll 2d10.
2d10.
Die 10.
Which was the 10 one?
The one that goes from 0 to 9, my man.
Got it. Okay.
I can get the map off of here.
2d10. Let's see here.
Are we adding them together or?
No, you each add them together. Tell me what your 2d10 were.
12?
Okay, I got 10 total.
10 total.
Jesus, man, what are you doing?
Dude, what am I gonna do? I got that. I'm cursed.
I got 14.
Goldie 10. Felicia 14. And Gargle?
12.
Gargle 12.
I'm cursed. Sorry.
Okay. And then now I need you all to make a. Let's see. My note here is confusing me. Sorry, hang on. What I wrote down has got me confused about the.
That was a straight 2d10. We didn't
Yeah.
add it to it, right? Okay.
No, it's a straight duty then.
Okay.
Okay, I need you each to make a persuasion roll for me. So with your d20.
Jeez. I think Felicia has a bit of an advantage here.
Yeah, she does.
Okay, I got 19.
Oh, you beat me. I got 16.
15.
19, 16.
Yep.
Gargle.
15.
15. Oh, you guys all rolled good. Okay. What is all your charismas?
My charisma's a 15, so it's a +2.
Okay, charisma. What's up?
19 plus 4.
+4. Okay. Go gargle.
-1.
Okay.
That's why we're bringing them around.
We'll get you there, buddy. We'll get you there.
All right. So that is the carousing thing. Now, you guys, we're gonna try to do some gambling as well.
God.
And I get the dice, right?
You do have you did find some loaded dice on the guy. I need you guys to tell me how much each of you would have put on the line to gamble. You have to actually gamble. You have to at least put out 10 gold pieces for the
week, right?
Yeah, this is what you're willing to, like. You can't lose more than this. So
Okay.
this is what you're willing to gamble.
Across, I just made sure it wasn't at like one establishment. This is for the full week.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
100 gold.
Felicia's going to start with 100.
Yes, sir.
Goldie.
I'm at the backseat. We don't really worry about money. We just like to spend it and have a good time. So I'll do 40 since I'm down to 51. I'll do 40 gold.
40 gold. Gargle, are you going to gamble or are you just going to watch?
No, I'm just gonna watch. Like I do not understand these games at this point.
Okay. No, I was prepared for that, but I wanted to give you the option. So, all right. I need the gamblers to make hang on. And Goldie. You're going to make, for me, first I need you each to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, fuck.
So insight. Sorry, I need you to make an insight.
Insight. Still, it's a wisdom. Okay, so I still roll a 20, right?
Yeah, you roll a 20.
12.
12 too.
Hey, son of a gun.
Now I need a deception.
Deception. Ooh, I'm good on
This
that.
is where Felicia comes to
You're
play.
looking for tails. Now you're bluffing.
I got a dirty 20.
I got a 19.
Okay. And then I need you to roll. Wait.
Was that using your loaded dice? Or was that?
Oh yeah, am I using my loaded dice?
We'll get to that.
Okay.
And then I need you to roll intimidation.
Intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
I got a 24.
Whew.
I got a freaking 7.
You got a 7. Okay. And
This is where I make my money.
you got a 24.
Yes, I
You got a 7. You're not very intimidating there, Goldie.
You got me on an off day. I've yet to have a drink. So
Now I want to Gargle. I want you to roll. Give me 3 perception checks
Okay.
in a row. I just want all 3 of them.
I will say, if my character was doing really well, she might be tempted to give him a little money to play with, just so he can play.
yeah, that's true. You got slim some couple of
We'll
bucks.
worry about that in a second.
Okay.
I got a 22, a 13, and an 11.
11.
So he maybe really was onto us at the beginning, and then slowly
Slowly
we were slowly weaning him off of it.
Okay. So
He's like, this seems a little suspicious, but damn, it's fun.
all right. So here is how. So you guys went to. You guys spent. So you basically had 7 nights to play with here, or 6 nights to play with. You spent 3 of them gambling, 3 of them carousing. Carousing and gambling on 3 of the nights. So you guys went to at the night you spent at the which one was which? Oh,
The net.
all right. We'll start with the wicker goat. I'm going to say you did all the gambling took place at the empty net. So you caroused nights that you didn't gamble at the wicker goat or at the snapping line. They're a little more higher scale establishments. They frown upon that a little bit. So at the Wicker Goat, which tends to the dwarves and the guards, you guys ran into Miss Sabine that you met on the docks, who's one of the she's in the let's see, what did you guys roll on that? You guys all rolled really well on that. So let me get back to that table. The right table. So, and basically, you made a friend of Miss Sabine. You now have a contact within the guards.
Nice.
I'm assuming it's because she knows that her boss is just as big a dick as I can tell.
Well, she might have had a few laughs at his being a little stick in the mud.
See, there you go. That's how. That's what that
means is basically like you guys can go to her once and she will help you. It doesn't mean like she'll permanently help you every time you have a question.
No, I get it.
So you can like use it up, and then if you do carousing again and you make a contact with her again, you can use it later. But she'll still be friendly toward you, but she might not necessarily be super helpful.
Unlike Eleander or whatever.
Yeah.
Elaine.
So you made a contact with Miss Sabine, and then at the snapping line, you guys met and hung out with kind of the operator, Miss Hannah Rist.
Hannah what?
Rist.
All right.
And she is the. Let me get back to her.
This is the snapping line.
This is the snapping line, and she's one of the the Rist family owns and operates the snapping line, and she's kind of the one mostly running it at this point. So for her dad. So she's she is the one in charge. Where is the snapping line? I went right by it. I'll make sure I got that name right. And same kind of deal. There it is. Hannah Rist. Rist. And then finally,
and how did that go? Was there any problems there, or was it?
We're friends with her, and she's in contact.
Yeah, so it's the same thing. It's basically you've befriended her, and if you need, she's potential contact. If you need to try to go get information, where she would help you at least one time. So
gotcha.
You okay there, Gargle?
He's getting sleepy.
I think he's getting sleepy. We're almost done. We're going to wrap this up here in just a second. As soon as you guys basically finish the downtime, and we'll be ready for you to start your other mission here. So, and then finally, let's see. Hanging out at the empty net. You guys.
How much did they lose?
Well, we haven't got to that yet. You guys got to. Where's that guy's name? Oh, you guys ran into Mr. Blaine, who was the guy that met you at the docks, and you bought him a couple of drinks, and he suddenly you guys were fast friends, and so you now have a contact working on the docks as well.
I think I was a D hole, but okay.
Well,
you guys got hoes in all the area codes.
There you go.
So
that's what I try to do.
Well, there was all of you made the DC on that. So there was 3 of you, so you got 3 contacts between you.
Nice.
So and then I will say we're gonna do the thing that Sabine will be primarily she enjoyed hanging out with Gargle. She thought he made her laugh. Hannah enjoyed, or Hannah was taken by Felicia. Or no, I'm sorry, because Sabine was, because you guys bonded over Eleander being a dick. So Felicia, you get Sabine primarily. Hannah is Gargles, and Blaine is Goldie's. Although any of you could potentially cash it in, but primarily they were befriended that way. So.
That makes sense. I got it all written down. Don't worry. I got you guys.
Okay. And then as for your gambling exploits, so let me look at back to the gambling. So you guys want the results, or you want to? So the first night, you guys gambled with some local fishermen. The first night that you spent gambling at the Empty Net, and you noticed that Gargle was paying really close attention to the game and everything else. So you guys played it straight up, and you won a little bit. Felicia ended up just a little bit up. Goldie basically broke even on that first night. The second night, though, you got into a game with some scallywags that you didn't particularly like, led by a man named Ned, and he had a crew of guys that were trouble. And basically, you realize Gargle wasn't really paying very close attention, so you guys cheated them like sons of bitches. So, and then the final night, Gargle again wasn't really paying attention, but you guys played it basically straight up anyway, and the final result is that Goldie ended up losing half the money he bet for the week.
Okay. All right.
So you're down 20 gold pieces. But Felicia ended up 50 gold pieces at 150. You ended up with up 50 pieces from what you bet.
Make money, money, make money,
I've
money,
never
money.
seen you look so pleased.
Well, it's
You made
nice
most
to do
of your money
something
off
right
of
tonight.
Ned and his crew, and they were not very happy with you when you left.
Who, Ned? Evil Ned?
Evil Ned.
I want
So
to remember him as Evil Ned.
No, we got to worry about him. I think.
Does Gargle have, at this point, I have no idea that they cheated whatsoever.
no, that night you did not. You were not paying close enough attention
Okay.
to realize that there were.
That's fair.
You-
I just want to make sure, like, that I addressed that if I did notice anything uncouth.
So that was going to be part of that was your perception rolls, and
I
that
figured.
yeah. And basically, it has the way it generates it is. I'm supposed to roll what the DC is for each of those. So
Okay.
So and you that was one night that you failed. The other night you
Okay.
did you actually passed the DC the night you rolled the least, but it didn't really matter. So
Fair enough.
I would have given him 10 gold to play with, so you can mark your. I don't know if he kept it, if he lost it, whatever, however you want to play that, JP. But Gargle, I would have given him
At
a
the
chance
end
to at
of
least
the
sit-
night after you've won, or
No, during the game. If I would have been up, I would have let him play, give him some money to play. Just to.
would you have played?
I think if it was like with house money and Felicia was like, "Here, like sit down," I wouldn't like insult her by refusing to use her money or
Okay.
put it in my pocket. If she gave me
Fair
money to gamble, I think I'd be like,
Then
"Okay,
I
I'll
want
give it
you
to
to
her."
roll an insight, a deception, and an intimidation.
All right, insight. That is a 19.
Okay.
Intimidation.
Yep.
12. And what was the last one?
Deception.
12.
Gargle doubled the money the one night he played.
Nice.
So he went from 10 to 20.
I would give the 10 back to Felicia.
Okay.
Would she keep it?
All right.
I think
So
she'd say
we're-
keep it. No, I think she'd say keep it. It was fun hanging out together.
Make him play around.
That's very, very kind. Thank you. That was fun. I don't know why. Like, that was pretty easy.
We are just a natural.
All right. So with that, your guys' downtime week is over. We are to the morning of when you are getting ready to start your mission again. And I think it's a little after 10. So if you guys are good, we can end there. And we
Can I
can
ask a quick question about that?
Sure.
Actually, was I cheating and didn't know it?
Ooh.
Which night did you? Well, I'm going to say
I would doubt it.
you didn't play till the last night. So I'm going to say no, you were not cheating.
Okay.
I didn't know.
I didn't know if I was if Felicia had me
I
using.
was gonna say
her
we
loaded
might have been
dice.
cheating to help you.
Right. Just for future reference, like I'm not gonna in character. I won't know either way. I was just curious.
So the way I was playing it, and you guys can correct me if I was wrong, but like because you guys were showing him around, that for the most part you played it on the up and up, except for the night that you played net. And that night you cheated like crazy, and Gargle wasn't really paying that close of attention.
Okay, that's fine.
So
Yeah. We will have to take care of the funeral though before we leave. Luckily it'll be on the way.
You attend the funeral other than Ordo.
I might be hungover at that time.
I would.
When it take place in the week?
It would be on the way.
It would
so
be
we
the
could
day
do it in the
before you
morning.
guys leave, basically.
Yeah.
I probably would.
The final day of the week.
The final day of the week.
Yeah, I'd probably go, but I wouldn't go in the church. I'd stand outside.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Big Will, do you want to do this now, or you want to start next week with this?
We'll just start next week.
Okay.
It'll be probably 7 minutes or less of role play, and that's it.
So yeah, we'll start next week with you guys going to attend poor Tycon's funeral. All right. Everybody good?
Sounds good.
Sweet.
Sounds good.
I want to thank all the people that are hanging out watching this: Kenneth, Joey, Mega Sevens, GT Key, Perry, Dwayne. Thank anybody that watched this on the replay, and we will see you guys next time for another round of D&D.
Bye.
See ya.
Hit the button.